How's it going, my friends? Back with another video today. I just want to start this off by saying thank you very much for the last few videos. Super high engagement, a lot of new subscribers on the channel, and I wanted to say, before anything, Steve Johnson, thank you so much. He's a new Patreon subscriber. I have like 2 Patreon subscribers, but I just want to say how much I appreciate that, because obviously this channel is free. I do this stuff all, out of my own time, and I really try and make it like helpful and usable information for you guys. So the donations are just like huge, man, because this stuff really does take a lot of time to curate and to put out information and to like take the time to build this stuff. And I really want to keep it going. And just the fact that you guys are saying that you appreciate the info by, donating on the Patreon is just like huge. Even if it's like $1 a month or whatever, it's just, I really, really appreciate it, But, so thank you very much for that new Patreon subscriber. Thank you. So today I wanted to talk about something that I really feel can help a lot of you guys. I've been getting a million questions on the Z6 and low light performance. You guys know I shoot weddings, so obviously a big area of that is low light. When you have receptions and speeches, especially in this time of the year where sun goes down at like 5 o'clock, it's dark. Like we had a wedding yesterday and it was indoors, and by 5 o'clock it was all dark and we had to use artificial light the whole time. So especially around this time, you need to know how these cameras perform in low light and tips and tricks to make sure that you're getting the most out of the camera. Now, you guys know I am a huge, huge proponent of becoming a practitioner with the gear that you have. Okay, I'm not the type of guy that says you should cycle through new things very often. The Z kind of took me by storm, and I invested everything into it. I'm all in the Z system, all in the S lenses, except for the Sigma 24 I'm still using until I get the new 24 S lens. But I'm a big fan of becoming a practitioner with what you have. Now, the thing is, guys, and why I'm such an advocate of reading the manuals and really understanding everything that's going on with these cameras is because a camera is a tool, okay? And it's a very dynamic tool. And these tools can be used to your advantage personally. It's not going to be the same for everybody. It's all about how you know how to work this tool and how you know how to make it your own, the ways to work around certain menu options, the way to work around certain flaws to make them more acceptable for use in certain areas, the way to maximize the strengths. All that stuff comes with time. It's like when you get a new lens and a new focal length, you're not just going to slap it on your camera and then just go out there and then all your pictures are going to be the same forever. If you're a good photographer and you want to be a practitioner, you get a new lens, you put it on your camera, and you learn it. You learn where the sweet spots are. You learn the certain distances you need to be. You learn the way to get the most out of flare, if you want to use that, the most out of the light. It comes with learning and time, and these cameras are just the same. So I want to talk about low light performance and specifically the way I do things on the dance floor. Okay, I've been using a new technique for a while, and it's really, really helped out in the speed at which I can get shots and just being very in tune to like the scenario and what's going on, and ultimately that helps with better shot output and more keepers. So I use basically a combination of the focus peaking with zone focusing. Okay, so zone focusing is kind of like an old school way of focusing when you had manual focus cameras. Basically what it is you can set a range. So you set your aperture at a certain level, and you set your camera to infinity, and basically there's going to be a certain range that is going to be in focus that you don't have to change your focus area or anything like that. You place your subject in a certain range and you know it's going to be in focus. So like for instance, if you set your camera to like f8 aperture and then put it at infinity, normally it's going to be between like 5 feet away from you to infinity. That's going to be pretty much in focus in a usable way, so you can just kind of go and fire off the hip. So this is what I do is I do not set mine to infinity. Okay, I set it like what I use is basically the peaking. So I'll turn on the peaking. Okay, I set my camera usually at about like f7.1 to f8 on, and this is for dance floor reception, very low lighting stuff. So I set my aperture to like f7.1, f8, around there, okay? And then I get set up with my peaking so I can see exactly which ranges are in focus, okay? And I set it to about 4 to 5 feet away from me. Okay, now that's going to give me a space of a few feet that I can place somebody in, starting from about 4 feet away from me, that they're going to be in focus. So I hope that makes sense, guys. So basically you can picture something. If I'm standing here and the camera's 4 feet away from me, right in front, the camera that I'm talking to right now, if I set my camera to f8, I get the focus peaking so I can look at it and I can say, okay, at about this distance, this stuff's in focus. Then I know I never have to touch that autofocus button. Or the back button focus. All I have to do is just keep somebody in that range, and I get there with my feet and I can fire off shots and everything's going to be in focus. This is a much better way, at least for me, especially on the dance floor, because things are so dynamic and crazy. You do not want to be like, you know, trying to get something in focus, you know, blasting that button in low light and, you know, trying to get it in focus, rather than just knowing, okay, I see something going on the dance floor, I want to get that person there, that person's acting crazy. Well, I can just run up to them, I know my distance, they just like 4 feet to 6 feet away from me, I can check it on the screen with the peaking because that's on, so I could just make sure that they're in focus, and then boom, I can fire away. And as long as that person's in that range, because your aperture is set to like f8, so you have enough wide depth of field to get them in, everything is going to work, you know, fine, and the shots are going to be in focus. Especially, obviously, you're using flash, you know, in low light, so it's going to freeze the motion. But that's the way I do it, guys, and it makes it so much easier because I don't have to worry about acquiring focus in the dark or in really low light. And, you know, the other thing that's great too is when you switch your lens to manual focus off the autofocus setting, you get the highlights, the peaking highlights that show up, plus you get the green box lights up green, or the red box lights up green when it's in focus in that area. So really you get a double confirmation. You run up, that person's going wild and crazy on the dance floor, you're like, oh shit, I want to capture that. You run up, they're right in that range, you can check it with the peaking right on the back screen, and you have a green box. Boom, just stay kind of where you are in that focal plane. You can move around to the sides, but keep that person in that field of or that range right there of just a couple feet in front of you, and everything's going to be in focus. This is a great way to use in low light and use in the dance floor settings. I know not everybody who follows this channel is a wedding photographer, and that's totally fine because this technique will work pretty much on anything in low light. The combination of the peaking added into these EVFs and the way it is on the Z6 is so cool to use this range, this kind of focus range, type of technique, because you can see what's in focus. So you really just need to be aware of your surroundings and your distance, and as long as your aperture is stopped down enough to where you have, you know, a good range of a few feet, it's very easy to keep that person in that range and just, you know, fire away, and things are going to be sharp. I really, really hope this helps. You guys, if you're going to use this technique, please let me know how it works for you. Drop in the comments. Anything else you'd like me to discuss, you know I'm here. And like I said, I so appreciate everything that everybody has been, like, you know, doing, reaching out, subscribing to the channel, all that stuff. The shares on the, you know, Z6 groups, and, you know, it's just, you guys are fucking awesome. The community is great with this channel. So if this makes sense, please let me know. If this helps, let me know. And if you need me to go more in depth or explain anything else, you have any other questions with it, just drop it in the comments. All right, until the next video, guys.